Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. This is a tradition in almost all the Upanishads and also the scriptural books, where right in the beginning the absolute truth is declared, and thereafter the whole text is only in support of the declaration about the truth. Like we have seen Ishavasya Upanishad. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. It starts from there. Similarly, we have seen our Aitharya Upanishad. Om Atma Va Idamagra Asit Nanyat Kinchan Mishad. So, here also, in the first part of this second chapter, Bhagavan has told everything from the absolute standpoint. So, the spiritual vision, what is expected in the Vedanta, is the vision from the absolute standpoint. And when you have the vision from the absolute standpoint, then everything relative is only imagined. This is what they say, that the world is an illusion. Like, the ocean and the waves have no existence from the water's point of view. So water will say that the ocean and the waves, meaning the cause and the effect, they are illusion. So here also Bhagavan said essentially that this truth is the absolute one, and therefore nobody can destroy it. Nityaha sarvagata sthanu achaloyam sanatanaha. Now this being so, tasmadevam viditvainam nanu shochitum arhasi. So in this manner, the grief that you have, grief is only in the relative standpoint. Now this also you can again and again contemplate on this topic. You are miserable as a mother, as a sister, as a brother, as a husband, as a wife, as an in-law. But as a human being, we are minimum disturbed. First, we are not disturbed, oh, I am human being, see others are animals, how nice it is. No. Then within the human beings, we are less disturbed and more disturbed that we are body when the body is ill. So, whenever you go on removing the conditions one by one, and come to the unconditioned absolute reality, there is nothing that can disturb you. So, this is the vision Bhagavan has given. So, Atmanaha Anityatvam Abhipagamya idam uchyate. Now after having given this, now the teacher comes to our level. He says, okay, suppose you imagine that this Atma is Anitya. So it is Anitya, accept it. Why you insist that this Anitya Atma should continue to be eternally? This is what in the 26th verse the teacher begins. Atha chainam nitya jatam nityam vamanyase mrutam tathapi tvam mahabaho naivam shochitum arhasi. atha means okay, alternatively. Enam atmanam nitya jatam. If you go on imagining enam prakrutam atmanam nitya jatam loka prasidhya pratyaneka sharirotpattim jato jata iti manyase. So according to the worldly observation, loka prasidhya. What is the loka prasiddha? What is accepted in the world? Somebody is born, somebody dies. Okay, we agree that. So loka prasidhya pratyaneka sharirotpattim jato jataha iti manyase. If you think like that, tatha, and also in this condition also, prati tad vinasham nityam va manyase mruto iti. So if you have thus accepted that this Atma is born and again it dies, then tathapi, in this condition also, tathapi tatha bhavini api atmani tvam mahabaho evam no shochitum arhasi. So in this case also you cannot justify your being miserable, because janmavato nashaha nashavato janmaha cha iti eto avashyam bhavinau iti. See? Therefore, tathapi tatha bhavini api. If this is so, yes, this is so. Now what can you do? It is something like, I don't like night, darkness. You like or you don't like, who cares? After the day, the night comes. After the night, the day comes. There are some people, they don't like day. So when we know that this is avashyam bhavini, it is without any choice, then accept it and don't grudge about anything. Therefore, taking this, just a casual discussion, Bhagavan is not meaning this. He has already told that the truth is indestructible and therefore there is nothing to cry about. And even if you say, no, it is always born and again dying, so yes, this is the way. What can you do? So accept it. And in this manner, there is nothing that can justify naivam shochitum arhasi. The Bhagwan's emphasis is only on this. See how many times, 4, 5, 6 times, again and again, one after another he is hammering. Nanu shochitum arhasi. Therefore, in this condition also, you cannot justify that you are miserable. Now, tatha chasati, this being so, jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mrutasya cha tasmad pariharyerthe natvam shochitum arhasi. So this thought from the 26 is further extended. Jatasya hi mrityu dhruvaha. Jatasya hi labdha janmanaha. That what is born. Dhruvaha avyabhichari mrityuhu maranam. So that which is born is bound to die. And dhruvam janma mrutasya cha. And that what is dying is again born. Tasmad apariharyaha ayam janma marana lakshana. So this is a continuous process. Birth and death and birth goes on and on and on. Tasmin apariharye arthe. Now this being unavoidable, natvam shochitum arhasi. Therefore, you cannot qualify to be miserable. Even if one is dead, doesn't matter, will be born again, is good, is relieved from this misery. There is nothing wrong in that. I always remember long time back, I had a, very peculiar, everybody has, not me, that is the stage through which we grow. I was going somewhere and I just stepped, and exactly that time, at the time of stepping, there was some creature on which I stepped and a creature died because my khada were very hard. He stepped and it died. And thereafter I went ahead and this thought started. Let's see, look here, I just killed that innocent creature. Oh Lord, I should not have killed it. So this was disturbing me. And that very day, this was my chapter for chanting, evening. I used to chant the whole Bhagavad Gita every day, many times. So when I started chanting, then this verse came. I said, who am I to kill somebody? Even if he is killed, is good. Relieved from the ordinary creature life, and maybe better life he gets because he is dying under the feet of a Mahatma. Isn't it? So this is all in our mind. We only go on feeling that I should not have said, he is hurt, she is hurt. Yeah, nobody, nothing like that. And this I observed, like many times people come and then they start telling, Swamiji, we are very sorry. So what happened? That day when you come to our house for food and my father-in-law, one girl told me this happened in their house and she was extremely disturbed. Bombay girl, and she knew me right from when she was small, and then she got married. And in some function where I was there, she also was invited with her husband and father-in-law. So we had interaction, and the husband and this girl, they invited me to their house for food. All right. After having gone, that time the father-in-law didn't say anything. After going home, when that particular day came, he made a chaos. If that Swami comes to our house for taking food, you are out of the house, to the daughter-in-law. Now that poor girl got so disgusted, and outside she went, and from somewhere she phoned me, Swamiji, this is what is happening, I don't know what I should do. I said, no, you stay there, I will not come. As simple as this. I didn't go. And thereafter, again, sometimes she met me somewhere. And she says, Swamiji, I don't know, I'm so sorry, I don't know why this happened, it should not have happened. I said, do you know why you are feeling miserable? You are thinking that you are giving me food. Therefore you are miserable. My food is arranged by S.V. Yadav. He arranges my food. Who told you are giving me food? The moment this goes deep in your system, you will see that these small little things will not upset you. This is what Bhagavan is telling. If something is to be born, it has to die. If something dies, it will be born again. This is how this Janma Marana Samsaraha is going on and on and on. Our Nachiket, don't forget him. Sasyamiva martya pachyate sasyamiva jayate punaha. Like the Congress grass, we are born, and like the Congress grass, we die. So, Janma Marana Lakshanaha Arthaha Tasmin Aparyarya Arthe Nattam Shochitum Arasi. There is nothing that can justify you are being miserable. Now, continuing this thought further. Now, please remember, this thought don't tell when you go to somebody's place when somebody is dead. Don't tell that. That time simply keep quiet. And don't discuss anything. Simply observe. Now about death I will tell you something more. Normally if you have visited the place where somebody is dead or in the burial grounds, you will see people go on talking and discussing, and they do not have courage to look at the dead body and the burning of the body. So they keep themselves engaged in the philosophical discussions. That is actually running away from the fact of life called as death. And therefore, they will go on talking, no. Observe the death completely, fully. One man died in my lab. about 30 years before. And he was a very nice person. He must be about 62, 63 when he died. So I have observed him so closely, and he used to love me a lot. An unknown kind of person. I was staying in their house only last 5-6 months, and during that 5-6 months interaction he became very close, and he asked me so many things about spirituality. He said, Swamiji, I have not done anything in my life. You tell me, I will do that. And he used to eat a lot of tambul. So I told him, will you do that? Yes. Stop tambul. I thought he will not do it, and I am relieved. And I was surprised. A person who used to eat per day 50-60 tambul, stop. He said, okay, sir, stop. Then I was caught. And then I told him to do this mantra and sit like this and this. And anything that exactly he will start doing it. And he was so much in it that he was totally withdrawn from the whole world, naturally, without any efforts. His son's marriage was to be fixed, so girl was to be seen. He said, Swamiji, you go and fix the girl, I am not going to come. He is equally your son. I said, he is of my age, how can be my age? He said, no, don't tell me that. So I went and saw the girl. Now, what will I do that this girl is not good or what? I never seen at a girl from this point of view. So that his son asked me, Swamiji, how do you like it? I liked her. I said, how do you like? I like her very much. I said, yes, I also like her. Because anyway, he has to suffer. Why should I worry? Got married. Fixed marriage. Thereafter, the gold and things are to be bought. Again, that old man said, he said, Swamiji, you go and buy the things. So I bought all the golden ornament for that girl. Now, like this, he was so much withdrawn. And on the last day of his life, at 12 o'clock at night, he was in my lap. And I was, as usual, chanting my Mrityunjaya mantra. And it was going on slowly. He has closed his eyes, and as if you cover the body with a bed sheet in the same manner, as if the whole life was sucked away from him, and that's it. No further movement, no nothing. Not even this much of hitchki, this much of difficulty or trouble. Closed his eyes himself. And he was in my lap with right hand. Yes, his left hand in my left hand, and I just took it in my lap and slept like that. So, the life is manifested in the body, and again when the body becomes useless, the life is not manifested. It is something like a bulb. When the bulb does not have the capacity to express the electrical energy as the light, we call that bulb as dead. And that bulb is kept with us only as long as it has a capacity to give light. The moment it doesn't have, it is thrown away. In the same manner, when the consciousness is able to express as mind through the body, till then the body is enlivened. When the body does not have the capacity to express the consciousness as the mind, that body is called as dead. And now this is a phenomena. Please understand. Don't bring a soul or jiva there. The moment you are able to see this as a phenomena, your mind is gone. Where is I? This is what Nachiketu says, Martyamiva martyaha, sasyamiva martyaha pachyate, sasyamiva jayate punaha. Like the grass is growing, again it dies, growing, going on. Now what is the difference between the life in the plants and life in the human beings, life in the animals? Same. They have got a gross body, we have got a gross body. They don't suffer, we suffer. So, jatasya hi dhruvo mrutyuhu dhruvam janma mrutasya cha tasmad pariharyethe natvam shochitum arhasi. Nothing can justify, my dear Arjun, that you are miserable. There is one Mahatmaji, very sweet. He loves me so much. And all the time after me to take over one of his ashrams. I said, okay, I'll do that. He uses this word, my dear. He is only Hindi talking, he doesn't talk English like our Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. But only one word, my dear. This is one phrase. So he is called as my dear Mahatma. So, tasmad parihate tvam na tvam shochitum arhasi. कार्य करण संघातात्मकानि अपि भूतानि उद्दिश्य शोको न युक्तः कर्तुम यतः. Now, if you consider, so this Atma in this 26th and 27th verse were taken to be the soul. Now, if you think Atma means the body, now what is the body? Body is karya karana sanghata atmakani api bhutani. So when we consider that the body I am, the prana I am, the mind I am, even then bhutani uddishya shoko na yuktaha kartum. Even then there is nothing that can justify that you are miserable. How? Avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyaktanidhananyeva tatra ka paridevana. अव्यक्तानि अव्यक्तम अदर्शनम अनुपलब्धि आदि ही येषाम भूतानाम पुत्र मित्रादि कार्यकरण संघातात्मकानाम तानि अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि प्राग उत्पत्तेः. सो अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि मीन्स द बीइंग्स विथ विच वी आर रिलेटेड सच एज the son, the friend, etc., they were not there before their birth. This is the meaning. So, avyaktani means avyaktam. Avyaktam means adarchanam. Adarchanam means anupalabdhi. See how many words he has given. So, adihi yesham. So, those which are absent in the beginning. Which are those? Yesham bhutanam putra mitradi karya karana sanghatatmakanam. So the bodies of our relations, friends, enemies, etc. Tani avyaktadini, tani avyakta adini bhutani prag utpattehe, before their birth. Okay, avyaktadini bhutani. Then vyaktamadhyani bharata. Hey Arjun, utpannani cha prag maranat vyaktamadhyani. So after the death, again they are born. So, prag maranat, before their death, they are manifest. So, before their birth, they are unmanifest. Before their death, they are manifest. See? Utpannani cha prag maranat vyakta madhyani, that is their central position. Avyakta nidhanani eva. And afterwards, again, punaha, avyaktam adarchanam nidhanam maranam yesham. Tani avyakta nidhanani. And again, those people, those beings, again, after death, they become unavailable. So, they are called as avyakta nidhanani maranat urdhvam, after the death. Api avyaktatam eva pratipadyante ityartaha. So, if you take somebody as a body as Atma, So this was not there, this is there, now this will not be there. See, this, these are the things to be contemplated. Contemplation doesn't mean you take something and struggling, why they are written in Sanskrit, why they didn't write it in English. No. Contemplation means, like, there is no child in the family, then the child is conceived, then the child is born, child grows. Now, if you look at it, this phenomena has been occurring innumerable times in so many places. There's nothing new in that. See how true it is. And to this unknown child, we get so much attached. And what is our attachment? Attachment is they should not die. So if you know that they were not earlier, they were born on a particular date, then it is true that they will grow and one day they will die. Accept it. There is no choice. So, tathacha uktam. This is said in Mahabharata. Adarsanada patitaha punascha darshanam gataha nasau nama natasyatvam vrthaka paridevana. So, this gross body has come out from its absence and again it will become absent. Therefore, na asautava, it was never there, yours. Na tasyatvam, and neither you are theirs. Vrthaka paridevana. Why are you unnecessarily suffering? Therefore, basic principle. Tatra ka paridevana. Kova pralapaha adrushta drushta pranashta bhranti bhuteshu bhuteshu ityartha. Therefore, this is coming and going and coming and going. About that, what is there to cry about? How this crying is like this, There is one boy, now only recently we finished his Upanayanam. He was 2 years. Because of him, his father has become very close to me. He was 2 years. And he is to, now that small boy, he doesn't even understand Hindi because he is a Tamilian. So he used to see me in the TV and he will call his father and make him sit. Now, if on that particular time, next day, there is no broadcasting coming, this fellow will make a mess. Whole house he will take on the head. So, pralapa, drushta, adrushta, this is how the world is. We are not children. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't come. What can you do? Once you accept the chilies because they are pungent, you will not complain. And you will not suffer. Suffer means, yes, you will have the but that doesn't mean that you will make a big issue out of it. Yes, chilies are bound to be pungent. If you don't want a pungent chili, then eat Shimla mirch. So you have to add the mirchi in the Shimla mirch and then eat. Therefore, once you take the things as they are, you are wise. One day one person asked me, Swamiji, what is the meaning of sin? I said, sin means when you disagree with the God's will and thereafter whatever punishment you get is called as sin. So whatever the Lord has to do to us, He is doing. But we are as if headlong against everything that happens to one. Somebody doesn't have children, is crying, I don't have children. Somebody has too many children, is crying, why you are given. Somebody doesn't have money, he is crying. Somebody has too much money, he is crying. So Bhagavad says, what shall I do? Once I told you a story. One father went to his daughter's house. And that daughter was married to a farmer. So she said, Father, you please pray to the Lord, let there be heavy rains so that our crop becomes abundant. Because you are a pious person, your prayers are answered. Okay, beta, I'll do that. Then he goes to his second daughter in the same town, same village. Now that daughter was married to a pot maker. Now she says, Papa, we have made so many pots now. We pray the rain should not come, otherwise everything will be washed away, and let there be more and more heat. So more and more pots will be sold, and our family will continue. Now the father is in a fix. So he prayed to the Lord, "Oh Lord, do whatever you like." The moment you take this view, tatra ka paridevana, you will never suffer in your life. Durvidneyaha ayam prakruta atma kim tvam eva ekam upalabhe sadharane bhranti nimitte katham durvidneyaha ayam atma ityaha. See, Durvidneya ayam prakruta atma. This atma tattva that we are discussing about is extremely difficult for anybody to comprehend. So, this is not being told only to you. Tvam eva ekam upalabhe sadharane bhranti nimitte. Kim? This is not only your story, this is a story of every fool. Katham Durvidneya Atma. How do you say the Atma is so difficult? Because, now, next verse, Ascharyavat pashyati kaschidenam. Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyaha. Ascharyavatchainamanya shrunoti. Shrutvapenam vedana chaiva kaschita. Kaschit enam ascharyavat pashyati. Kaschit enam अन्यहा एनम आश्चर्यवद वदति, अन्यहा एनम आश्चर्यवद शृणोति, and the fourth category, श्रुत्वा अपि एनम न वेद कश्चित. These are the four things about the Atma. Therefore, this Atma Tattva is extremely difficult to comprehend. Now first, what is the meaning of Ascharya? Bhagavan's definition Ascharya is very beautiful. आश्चर्यवत् आश्चर्यम अदृष्टपूर्वम अद्भुतम अकस्मात् दृश्यमानम तेन तुल्यम आश्चर्यवत् आश्चर्यम इव. That which you have never seen, that which was never imagined, that which has suddenly appeared in front of you, that time what a sudden shock you get, that experience is called as Ascharya. Akhandaji Maharaj tells the Vyutpatti. Ascharya means what? Aha. Charya yasmin vartate tad ascharyam. So when we see aha, beautiful, aha, what a beautiful thing. So that aha is that ascharya. Now, kaschit enam pashyati. So those who recognize this truth, they are so stunned. They are extremely surprised that how come and what it is like, because they cannot speak about it, they cannot talk about it, they cannot think about it. Just try to make it this way. When you are to talk about, somebody gave you, let us take a ring, and then how is that ring? So you can look at it. Oh, ring, it is made, it appears to be made out of white gold. That means aluminium. And then, I think there are some stones studded in that. And it looks very good. Exactly fitting to my finger. You can go on discussing. Then somebody gives you something to eat. You can discuss. Oh, it is so tasty. Tastes like this, tastes like that. Then, I love you. How much? How much is a lot? Now you cannot have any perfect expression. So you go on trying to do this way, that way. And when it comes to the experience, right now, comes to the experience of our own being, the language fails. And this failure in the language, in the experience, is called as Ascharyavat Kaschid Enam Vadati. So, Ascharyavat Enam Vadati Tatha Evacha Anyaha. Because what to talk about? Like, our Kenoparishad says, Avidnyatam Vijanatam, Vidnyatam Avijanatam. Naham manne suvedeti, yo na vedeti vedacha, yo nastadveda tadveda, no na vedeti vedacha. In this manner, this is most wonderful. All contradictions. Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyaha. Others talk about it as the most wonderful. Third thing, Ascharyavatcha enam anyaha shrunoti. And the third type of people, when they hear about this truth, they become so stunned that all your supports are taken away. I tell you, this happened to me when I was studying and writing Amrita Anubhav. We are all holding on to the words. And what is the word? What we hold on with reference to the truth? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma or Satchidananda. In that Amrita Anubhav, Sant Jnaneshwar Maharaj, he takes away these three words. First of all, he starts glorifying. Words are so lovely, words are so nice, words are so great. And it is the words alone who can reveal the unknown. So you start thinking, he's praising the words. And then, but these words called as Satchidananda, they are useless, good for nothing. Because why the truth is called as Sat? To negate the possibility of non-existence. Why the truth is called as Chit? To negate the possibility of inertness. Why the truth is called as Ananda? To negate the possibility of misery. So, Satchidananda actually is a negative language. It is not assertive. Assertion is when you transcend the words. See? When I heard, read, studied it for the first time, aha! The whole understanding goes in a totally different direction. Otherwise, we get so much stuck up with the words. Whether it is this or that and all that. That is why our Kathopanishad told us, Nayamatma pravachanena labhyaha na medhaya na bahuna shrutena yamai vesha vrunute tena labhyaha tasesha atma vivrunate stanum swam. But this ascharya will happen to whom? Yamai vesha vrunute tena labhyaha. He who has sought nothing else other than this. So, Ascharyavatcham anyaha shrunoti. And Shrutva, Drushtva, Uktva, Api. Three things. Shrutva, the first thing, Ascharyavat, Pashyati Kashchidenam Shrunoti. So, Shrutva, although heard, Drushtva, Ascharyavat, Pashyati, having seen, Uktva, having said, fourth, Api enam vedana evacha kaschit. But there are people who cannot comprehend it. This is the surprise. It is something like, when you explain something, the other day I was talking to somebody on some topic. And he was very sincerely listening and all that. He said, Swamiji, will you please explain me the whole thing again? It is so nice. You explained so well. I said, if I explained so well, why do you read it again? No, it is such enchanting. I said, forget about it. I don't repeat anything again. If you are not understood, not understood. Very important. Because why we want to again listen to that? We are still at the level of the thought. In the thought alone, repetition is possible. In the self, there is no repetition. Therefore, there is no abhyasa required, Anything that you do in this world, you require abhyasa. Like, you have to remember Purusha Sukta, you have to do abhyas. You have to prepare chapati, you have to do abhyas so that it comes around. You have to write good handwriting, so you have to do abhyas. In this manner, about the self, there is no repetition required. Because it is not in the purview of repeatability. It is ever the same. Therefore, Shrutva Društva Uktvapi Inam Vedana Evacha Kaschid. Some are not able to comprehend at all. Athava, now the same mantra is interpreted in another way. Athava, Yaha ayam atmanam pashyati sa ascharya tullo. It is ascharyavat pashyati kaschidena. Means what? It is really the surprise of all the surprises that somebody has come to realize the truth. Why it is surprise? Because who is interested in this truth? Like this Nityananda Swami of Ganesh Puri, he once was telling, last so many years I am here, not even once one isolated single person has come to know about the truth. They don't want to know the truth. They want siddhis, they want power, they want something to happen to their wife, to their children, to their business. For that they come. They want prasad. They don't want to know what is their essential nature. Therefore, ascharyavat pashyati kaschidenam. If somebody has come to discover the truth, it is really the wonder of all wonders. Because paranchi khani vetruna swayambhu. Tasmat paran pashyati nantaratman. Because there is a manufacturer's defect. All our faculties are outgoing. So although remaining in the outgoing faculties all the time, avrutta chakshuhu amrutatvam icchan kaschid dhiraha. So one rare indeed is a person, pratyaka atmanam aikshad. He who is seeking the truth is great indeed. It is the wonder of all wonders. This is another meaning. Therefore, athava ayam atmanam yaha pashyati saha ascharya. It is the great wonder of wonders. Then, yaha vadati, yaha cha shrunoti, saha aneka sahasreshu kaschideva bhavati. Like in the 7th chapter, Bhagwan says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatadi siddhe yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tattvataha. So, this Paramatma Tattva, if somebody able to realize, is the most wonder of wonders. If somebody is talking about the truth, it is still wonderful. Why? People are interested to talk about the gossip columns. One. Second thing, there is nothing that can be spoken about the truth because no vagacchati. And yet the Mahatmas keep on talking about the same truth. See? Therefore, if somebody talks about this truth, it is really the wonder of all wonders. And yahaja shrunoti, this is another difficulty. See? When there is any other kind of topic that is going on, there will be huge crowds. Once I went to where UP or Rajasthan somewhere, and one innocent youth asked me this question. Swamiji, when you are in TV giving talk, how do you feel? I said, I feel very congested there, and that's why I came out, I am feeling good. Okay. You stay in Bombay? I said, yes. You must be meeting Amitabh Bachchan and everybody all the days. I said, yes. We go for playing kabaddi and we have a cup of tea together. We always discuss because he and we both are in the same TV. If you go outside, so we are interested in listening about everything except Paramatma. Therefore, if somebody Shrunoti, it is really wonder of all the wonders. Yaha ja Shrunoti. Now see how the other day I met one man, is no more. Only one thing he was insisting, that I want to do something so that the world will remember me. The world will remember me. So I said, okay, the world will remember you. Don't worry. Nothing to discuss about. And then I left. And then the person who was with me, he said, Swamiji, you said the world will remember me. And you said, okay. I couldn't understand. I thought you will tell something to him. I said, he was in a position just to die. He cannot understand anything at this stage. Because all the time we are having the notion that this body, this individuality is real. See, on the basis of this alone, people give donations and have their stones engraved. Because, we'll see in Prashnopanishad, we are not studied, isn't it? In Prashnopanishad, Shodashakala Purushaha comes. The Purusha with 16 facets. And in that 16, one facet is the name. So, at least for my name's sake, don't do like this. Because everything dies, the Naam remains. And then we feel with that name we will remain immortal. Who knows that name? So many stones are put there. People walk on that and then they are told, when somebody takes bath in the Ganges and walks on your name, putting his wet foot, then you become purified and all your sins are washed. Okay, shall I put everywhere so that all the feet will fall on me and I will become extremely pure? Why are you so dirty? Not like that. See? Therefore, Yahaja Shrunoti, he who listens about the truth, is really wonder of wonder. And Saha Aneka Sastreshu Kaschideva Bhavati Ataha Durbodaha Atma iti Abhiprayaha. And therefore, it is only conclusion is this Atma Tattva is extremely difficult to comprehend. And therefore, Bhagavan has repeated it again and again in so many verses that Atma is avikriya, akarta. By akarta he is not the doer, and by avikriya no action can fall upon him. Therefore Arjuna's grief was, I am the killer and they will be killed. This grief with reference to the kartrutva abhiman and the karma, both are invalid, and therefore you cannot grieve. Don't cry. Atha idanim prakaranartham upasamharan brute. Now here Bhagavan concludes this topic which he started. Dehi nityam avadhyoyam. Dehi sarvasya bharata. Tasmat sarvani bhutani. Natvam shochitum arhasi. Dehi shariri nityam. Now here you see the Hindi translation. In spite of doing all that, again they have brought the Jivatma. Here the topic is not that of Jivatma. The topic is Paramatma. See? It's very difficult to remove this Jiva from the head. It is like a virus. So, Jivatma is Dehi Nityam Avadhyaha. Avadhyaha cannot be destroyed. Jivatma cannot be destroyed. Now what is Jivatma? take our Panchadashi or anywhere, the three factors put together is called a Jivatma. You stand before the mirror. So three things are required. Your face, mirror, and the reflection of your face in the mirror. These three things together is called a Jiva. Only reflection cannot exist. See? Only in the face there is no reflection. Only in the mirror there is no reflection without the face in front. In the same manner, Prakriti, in that Prakriti, a reflection of the consciousness, thereby a phenomena called as life. Where is the Jiva? Therefore, Dehi Shariri here does not mean Jivatma. Here Dehi means the one who is supporting the Deha. So Dehi Shariri Nityam Sarvada Sarva Avasthasu, under all conditions. Which are all conditions? Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti, health, disease, victory, defeat, joys, sorrows, loss, gain, honor, dishonor. So this Dehi, this absolute reality, the self, when you see why I am insisting this thing, you should not go with a wrong knowledge. What Bhagavan has told earlier, Akashavat, is it not? So if you are talking about the Paramatma as Akashavat, now where from the Jiva has come? It is something like, giving too much importance to the pot space. There are two methods of expressing the Jiva. One is called as Avachedavad, second is called as the Pratibimbavad. In both of them the conclusion is same. Both of them help each other. It is not incomplete, it is not complete without the other. So, Dehi Shariri, the self supporting the body, Nityam is ever the same. Now when you say the Jivatma is Nityam, what it means? All what we have studied so far has gone to Ganges. So, Dehi Shariri Nityam Sarvada Sarvavastasu Avadyaha cannot be destroyed because Nira Avayavatvat. There is no form, shape, etc. to this. Nityatvacha tatra avadyaha. And therefore he is indestructible. So ayam dehe sharire sarvasya sarvagatatvat. Now see, this Atma being pervading all the bodies everywhere. So how can you call him as a Jivatma? Jivatma is always with reference to the individual body. So, ayam dehe sharire sarvasya sarvagatatvat sthavarādishu stitaha api. Now see, sthavarādishu stitaha api. So where is the Jiva in the stone? So, dehi nityam avadyoham dehe sarvasya bharata. So, sarvasya pranijatasya dehe vadhyamane api ayam dehi na vadhyaha yasmat. Tasmat. Because when all the bodies of all the beings are, even if they are killed, destroyed, even then the Dehi, the self, is never destroyed. Because of this, Tasmat, Bhishmadini Sarvani Bhutani Uddishya, looking at Bhishmacharya, etc., looking at them, Natvam Shochitum Arhasi, you do not qualify to be miserable. Like it is said, na, Karmanyeva adhikaraste, you have right only to do your job. Similarly, you have right only to be happy. You have no right to be miserable. What is the mistake? The mistake is you have studied Bhagavad Gita. After having studied Bhagavad Gita, you lose your right to be miserable. Nanu chochitumarasi. See, let it go so simple and it is so straight. न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि इह परमार्थ तत्वापेक्षायां शोको मोहो वा न संभवति इति उक्तम् न केवलं परमार्थ तत्वापेक्षायाम एव किंतु. So up to here 38th verse Bhagavan has spoken of this non-justification of the misery shoka moha from the absolute standpoint. Now here na kevalam paramartha tattvapekshayam, not only from the absolute standpoint you should not become miserable, but even in the relative standpoint you cannot become miserable. What is that? Swadharmamapi chaveksha navikampitum arhasi धर्म्याद्युद्धात् श्रेयोन्यत क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते. स्वधर्मम अपि स्वधर्मः क्षत्रियस्य युद्धम तम अपि अवेक्ष. What is your dharma? You are a kshatriya. Your dharma is to fight the war. So tam api aveksha, looking at that, Tvam na vikampitum prachalitum na arhasi. When you are, it is something like, if you want to become a doctor and you say, no, I don't like blood, then you should do PhD and become a doctor. But if you want to become a medical professional, you will have to play with the blood. So, if you are a kshatriya, you have to fight the war. Na vikampitum prachalitum na arasi. You cannot now go back. Swabhavika dharmat atma swabhavyat iti abhipraya. So whatever is your dharma, looking at your dharma also, there is nothing that can justify that you withdraw crying, justifying. It is better that we go and beg and eat rather than killing the near and dear. Don't take somebody else's place where the other people will go. So, swabhavika dharmyat atma swabhavyat iti abhipraya. Now, taccha yuddham prithvi jayadvarena dharmartham prajarakshanartham cha iti. Now, this yuddha that you are doing, it is for what? Prithvi jayadvarena, by conquering the earth, dharmartham prajarakshanartham cha. For the purpose of the dharma and the protection of your subjects. So, iti dharmat anapetam. Therefore, it is not contrary to the dharma. It is not contrary to the righteousness. And therefore, it is dharmyam. And tasmat, therefore, dharmyat yuddhyat. Such a righteous battle, righteous cause you are fighting for. Shreyaha anyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. There cannot be a better thing to happen in the life of a kshatriya that he has to fight for the cause of righteousness in this world, to destroy and defeat the unrighteous, unholy forces. And therefore, you cannot say that, no, I don't want to fight the war. So Bhagavan has come down from the absolute to the, this is called as vyavaharik satya. Even the common sense. This is how once we are clear, then you will get many approaches to come to the point. Kutaha cha tad yuddham kartavyam iti uchyate. Now, why this yuddha or battle has to be fought? This is said. Yadruchaya chopapannam Svargadvaramapavrutam Sukhina kshatriya partha Labhante yuddhamidrusham. Yadruchaya. Yadruchaya means uninvited. Yadruchaya aprarthitataya, uninvited. Upapannam agatam. When uninvited, Svargadvaram apavrutam udghatitam tejat. So when uninvited, the doors of the heavens are open for you, will you not become happy? So, Udgatitante tad idrusham yuddha labante kshatriyaha kim partha kim na sukhinahate. Is it not good for you? Are you not happy about it? It is something like, somebody was being trained as a commando so that he can protect the biggest person in the society or the world, and a lot of money is spent on them, people are looking up to him, and when the time of going as a commando, he says, no, I am afraid the bullets will come and kill me. Then, in the same manner, if you are a kshatriya, if you are given a training to yourself that you have to fight the war, and this kind of war, if it is offered to you unasked, are you not happy about it? Rather than becoming happy, you are becoming miserable. This is not the right way. Evam kartavyata praptam api. And even if you look at it as your ordained duty, then also atha chetvamimam dharmyam sangramam na karishyasi tatasvadharmam kirtim cha hitva papamavapsasi. Now here Bhagavan is again coming at a still lower level. Atha chetvam imam dharmyam dharmat anapetam sangramam yuddham na karishyasi. So now he is giving a kind of a threatening. So if you do not follow the duty that is given to you, which is right that you have to do this, dharmyam. So according to the injunctions, sangramam yuddham na karishyasi chet, if you do not do your ordained duty, which has been given to you by the divine providence, tad akaranat swadharmam kirtim cha hitva. By that you are going contrary to your dharma. And kirtim cha, and you have a great glory behind you. What is your glory? What is your fame and name? Mahadevadi samagama nimittam. Arjuna had the special status that he fought war with Lord Shiva, and there only he got that Pashupatastra. So that great name and fame that you have, that all will be destroyed. Hitva kevalam papam avapsasi, and you will incur sin. And therefore, Arjun, whichever way you think, don't justify your withdrawal from this war. This is not right. You are under the influence of this delusion and grief, and therefore you are thinking the wrong way. And not only you are thinking the wrong way, you are justifying that it is better to die with their swords rather than taking swords against them. This is not right. Na kevalam swadharma kirti parityagaha. Okay, I will give up my dharma, I don't care for my name and fame. Even then, akirtim chapi bhutani kathayishyanti te vyayam sambhavitasya cha kirtihi maranadatirichyate. Akirtim cha api bhutani kathayishyanti te tava avyayam dirgha kalam. And your loss of glory, name and fame will be spoken of by the people for many, many years to come. See, when an ordinary person on the roadside, a police takes some bribe, 5-10 rupees, What is our attitude? They are like that. Give 5 rupees and go ahead. Don't fight with them. So we are able to accept to some extent. But when it is the police commissioner, when it is the prime minister, when it is the chief minister, and they are misappropriating not in 5 or 10 rupees, but 35,000 crores. So, who is the real terrorist? Those people who have come and opened fire in that Swaminarayan temple, they are real terrorists. Or at least they have gone killed half a dozen people, they themselves got killed, cinema is over. Now these people are perpetually doing more crime than anybody else. So about these people what we will talk? Their name and the bad patches on their life will be spoken of again and again, again and again. There is one lady, her husband died, and she was very much crying and all that. So I told her, I said, Amma, at this stage you are not able to understand anything, you cry, finish, and after that whenever you get time you come, spend some time with me. She came, and then she said, Swamiji, I said, don't tell me anything about your husband. First principle. Second principle, you must have heard after his death some good things about him and many bad things also. Both of them will disturb you. There are many things which you might not be knowing about him that might have surfaced after his death, and then you are not able to accept it. I never expected he was like this thing, that thing. He said, Swamiji, you are perfectly true. What he did, I said, I told you in the beginning, don't talk. Delete once for all and lead your life. You are in this world to know the truth. So hold on to the spiritual path. Because the glory, the kirti and the name and the fame, once it is destroyed, dirghakalam avyayam kathaishanti. People will be talking that Arjuna was such a great warrior, that when the right time came, he gave a walkover and came back like a coward. So, dharmatma shura iti evam adibihi gunaihi sambhavitasya cha akirtihi maranat ajirichyate. So, your glory is you are a dharmatma, you are sure, a very, very powerful, courageous person. All these qualities of yours. Sambhavitasya, now the most important word is Sambhavita means those who have some kind of culture left in them. For them, the blemish on their name and fame is worse than death. Maranadatirichyate. That's why this is worthy of learning from our politicians. How much they misappropriate and how much dirty things they do, but they yet come on the screen with the same confidence of inherited corruption. So, sambhavitasya cha akirtihi maranad atirichyate. And Arjuna, I think you are a sambhavita. You are cultured. If Arjuna was not cultured, then this problem would not have come. In short, all the problems come for the cultured people. The agricultured people have no problem. So, sambhavitasya cha akirtehe varam maranam ityartaha. So, for the man of integrity, the man of culture and standing in the society, for him, akirtehe varam maranam. Death is superior than being blamed by the society as a corrupt person. Now you can just imagine when all these big police officers and all them, when they are caught and they are in the jail and all that, what must be going on through the minds of their wife, their children, all that, what it must be going on. Till that time they must be having the goody, Papa is doing so much for us. But where from the whole money was coming? Therefore, sambhavitasya. For a cultured person, the akirti, blemish, is worse than death. Kincha, further, bhayadranaduparatam mansyante tvam maharathaha yesham cha tvam bahumato bhutva yasyasi laghavam. Maharathaha tvam bhayad ranad uparatam mansyante. Bhayat karnadibhyaha. Arjuna was afraid of Karna, you know. Ranad yuddhat uparatam nivrittam mansyante. They will think that Arjuna has withdrawn from the battle because of Karna. And chintaishyanti na krupaya iti tvam maharataha duryodhana prabhrutayaha. They will not think that out of compassion and love and understanding and sacrifice you have withdrawn from this world, from this war. They will definitely say, oh, that coward, what else can he do? So he is covering his coward eyes with the great philosophy and sacrifice. So, who are those Maharathaha? Duryodhana prabhrutayaha. They are always waiting for one or the other mistake to happen. Ishanchatvam bahumataha. So, for those Duryodhanadinam bahumataha bahubihi gunaihi yuktaha iti. For Duryodhana etc., they were all appreciating you, all are appreciating you as a person with some extraordinary capacity. Now those people, punaha yasyasi laghavam. Now you, the same person, will fall from their estimate. We are unnecessarily afraid of this fellow. He happened to be a coward. And in this manner, they will go on talking still more rubbish. What it is, how it is, will continue in next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.